So here we are in Dubai. We're here with Dr. Marshall Goldsmith, and we're really lucky to get a chance to talk to him. Here's an opportunity for, I guess, the leaders, some of the leaders and purchasers of coaching and people that are interested in the concept of coaching to get Dr. Marshall's take on a few things. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you, Marshall.
Very happy to be here. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you very much. So let me drop in a question straight away. We're here in the Middle East. You're one of the top executive coaches renowned in the world. If we're talking to people within the Middle East where coaching is a relatively new concept, what is important? What does coaching have to offer the Middle East and leaders within the Middle East?
Well, the way I teach coaching is I facilitate a process where people learn from everyone around them. And it's really quite culturally neutral. Johnson & Johnson has tested our leadership development process around the world, and at a variety of different cross-cultural tests, it works just as well in the Middle East as it works everywhere else. So personally, I like to work in the Middle East. I work in the Middle East a lot. And the reason I like to work in the Middle East is people here, I think, are more family-oriented. I find the people to be very warm, they're very family-oriented, they love their families, and when I talk about applications, it's not just applying it to work. They seem actually more interested in applying it at home as well.
Great. So the leaders that are out there and perhaps even the HR professionals that are saying, how do we work on leadership? I talk specifically from the Middle East point of view, but it could be, I guess, anywhere. But HR professionals, they're saying, what are my options? And we're saying coaching is an option. Yes. Of array of many. Mm-hmm. Where does coaching fit in, do you think, in terms of leadership development?
Well, again, the type of coaching that I do, I help already successful leaders achieve positive long-term change in behavior for themselves, their people, and their teams. I think if I'm an HR professional, I would really focus coaching not on fix losers, but on help winners. One of the problems in coaching, if it's seen as an exercise for fixing losers, nobody wants to do it. Seen as an exercise for helping winners, everybody wants to do it. So the way I teach coaching is my book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, it's titled Helping Successful Leaders Get Even Better. If you look at who my coaching clients are, they're among the most successful leaders in the world. Yesterday I was on the phone with the CEO of Ford Motor Company, CEO of the Year in the United States. I don't think anybody would define him as a loser. Coach of the President of the World Bank, nobody would say he's a loser. You know, the CEO of Pfizer, world's largest drug company. So I think if you look at what I do, it's really designed to help very, very successful leaders achieve positive long-term change in behavior. I would encourage people here where coaching is a little more in its early stages to do that. Really look at this as a help winners process, not as a salvage disasters process.
Great. I love that take, and it's a really important one for us here in the region. So then leaders in the Middle East, what do you think are perhaps the development trends that are useful for individuals here? And again, I'm talking about the region because this is our focus, and we are different. As much as we are the same, we're also different as well. So what are perhaps some of the trends and thoughts that are at the forefront of some of these leadership thinking and development at the moment?
Well, I think you were different, but you're becoming much less different. Mm-hmm. I had the privilege before he died of spending 50 days with Peter Drucker, the world's greatest authority on management, and he said, we spend a lot of time helping leaders learn what to do. We don't spend enough time helping leaders learn what to stop. So he talks about some negative qualities of leadership and how to use what to stop in coaching. And he also said the leader of the past knew how to tell, and the leader of the future knows how to ask. Today, it doesn't matter if you're in the Middle East or anywhere, most people I work with manage knowledge workers. Definition of knowledge worker is they know more about what they're doing than you do. Well, if you manage people and know more about what you're doing than you do, you can't tell them what to do and how to do it because they already know more than you. You have to ask, listen, and learn. That has nothing to do with the Middle East or any culture. It just means you're managing knowledge workers. And if you can't do that and you manage knowledge workers, you're going to lose because they're not going to be motivated, they're going to leave, and you're not taking advantage of the wisdom that they have. You're trying to do too much yourself. So this is a change. It's not just a change, though, here. It's a change in life because the evolution of the knowledge workers occurred not only here, it's occurred everywhere else as well. I work a lot with the military people, and most military people manage knowledge workers. You think of the military as a hierarchy, but the reality is most of it isn't. Most of it is managing knowledge workers. Combat is a tiny percent of the military. So most of the people I deal with are people who manage knowledge workers. They manage people know more than they do. They have to ask, listen, learn, and grow from the people around them.
Mm-hmm. Great, Marshall. One last question, if I may. I want to ask, again, for people that are purchasing coaching, and that could be from a corporate perspective, primarily I think from a corporate perspective, what do you think the people that are purchasing coaching, what should they be looking out for? What are the key the key aspects that they should concern themselves with?
Well, the first ask the question, why are you purchasing coaching? I mean, see, my job, helping successful leaders achieve positive long-term in behavior, only focuses on that. I get ridiculous requests for coaching. A pharmaceutical company called me up and said, we want you to coach Dr. X. I said, what's his problem? They said he's not updated on recent medical technology. I said, neither am I. Well, I can't make a bad doctor a good doctor, or a bad scientist a good scientist, or a bad finance guy a good finance guy. Behavioral coaching only solves behavioral problems. So I think the client really needs to be clear, what do I want to get from coaching? And then ask the coach, what do you specialize in? For example, my good friend David Allen is the world's expert on getting organized. Well, if someone needs help getting organized, I wouldn't have him hire me, I'd have him hire him. He's better than I am. It's not that he's a better or worse coach than I am. My friend Vijay Govindarajan, an expert on strategy. Well, he knows more about strategy than I do. So, again, it's not the coach is good or bad. The coaches are different. I think if I were a client, I wouldn't tell the coach what I need. I begin by asking the coach, what do you do best? Because the temptation for the coach, if you say, tell the coach what you need, is the coach, if they need business, is going to say, I can do that. But if you ask the coach, what do you do best, and it's not exactly what you need, then you probably got the wrong coach.
That's great. Thank you, Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. Very much appreciated. We hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here in the Middle East, and thank you so much for taking some time for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.